The hardest choices require the strongest wills. Thanos, Avengers Infinity War. So today, everyone, we are taking a look at the Thanos Ultimate Battle Lego set. And like always, there's a lot to discuss with this. And of course, the biggest thing is the Milano. So let's dive right in. So in this particular version of the Milano, it's got a lot going on. A lot of points of articulation. Back, these two fins can be articulated, those two fins can be articulated. This can be, okay, no it can't. This can move slightly, this can move slightly. There's these itty bitty fins back here, they can move slightly. This can lift up. You can also just pop open the main canopy. These little flaps back here, they can all be moved and adjusted. These can be moved. This little door can be opened. There's a lot that you can do with this. And it looks good. It looks great. To be honest, this is my first Milano, and I am very, very satisfied with its build. Nothing extraordinarily special about it, at least not that I've seen. Depending on what you build, it may bring you some new techniques. However, with me, nothing new. The shaping is very, very beautiful. It looks very good and elegant, just as the Milano should look. It is made to interconnect with another Infinity War set, which I'll come back to that later. This has a lot of parts, and it looks really good. Now, you can pop open this section. You can put the Infinity Gauntlet stand there, right in the blue section. And there are 2 chairs. This is made to fit 4 figures minimum, with the Infinity Gauntlet in it. Speaking of the Infinity Gauntlet, this looks wonderful, and it, of course, just like all the other Infinity War sets, it comes with one of the Infinity Stones. This one being the Stone of Reality. I like its little stand and the way they molded the Infinity Gauntlet, because you could take one of these pieces, these handlebar stud pieces, and attach it to the Infinity Gauntlet, making a normal sized figure hold it. See? I was kind of hoping that's what they'd allow you to do. I'm not sure if this was intentional, but I love it either way. This is my 3rd Infinity Stone, and now it's time to show you some of the features with the Milano. Sorry about getting sidetracked, but as you can see, it's got a couple of stud shooters. Unfortunately, those are its only defenses, which, for something so big, you'd expect more. There's one feature it has, and it's to release this little hover scooter, I guess. I'm not sure what it's meant to be, but my guess is a hover scooter. One thing I do like about this is it gives you enough room to clip on both Gamora and Star Munch's weapons. Oh, sorry, Star-Lord. After hearing him referred to as Star Munch in Volume 2, that That's what sticks in my mind. um, and considering its size, I expected it to be a little more spacious. However, it is still pretty spacious nonetheless. Now, I guess it's time to move on to figures. Alright, from right to left, we have Gamora, Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, and of course, the Mad Titan himself, Thanos. So first up, we have Gamora sporting her two katanas with a very good-looking torso. Really good detail. I have nothing to complain about this figure, and I love her normal facial expression. Not sure if you can see it very well. I also like her war face. It's got some silver on it, which due to the flash, the light on, you can't see it, but it looks really good. Next up, we have Star-Lord. No printing on the torso or arms. His hair looks... oh, it looks fine. The torso is pretty good. I think this is a pretty good figure. And this here is Iron Man with all his built up boosters on the back. That looks really good. However, there is one thing I have to say about this backpack, and I'll get back to it later after I discuss the figures. The printing of Iron Man looks amazing. I love the on-screen displays printed onto his head, as well as his facial expression, and his alternate face is normal. We've seen this head before. If you have seen my Hall of Armor suit, Hall of Armor set review, you've already seen this suit, and I've said in that review that this suit looks great. I love the detail they put into it. I would have loved some print on the arms, maybe some gold hands. Personally, I like seeing more gold on Iron Man, but either way, he's a good figure. Now, this is probably the figure you bought this set for, if you've already bought it. And if you haven't, this is probably the figure you're going to buy the set for if you decide to get it. Thanos. Now, I like the printing of Thanos. He looks fine. Wondering why he has his helmet on. In the movie, he doesn't. The sword is fine. Unfortunately, his armor blocks off his arms, so he doesn't have as much range of motion, and his legs don't move. That's unfortunate, to say the least. They did give you a swappable hand, which is, of course, the Infinity Gauntlet. All you gotta do is stick that little pin in there, remove his hand, and put the gauntlet on. Now he's an unstoppable force that should not be reckoned with. This gauntlet has places for all the stones, should you choose to collect them. Each of the Infinity War sets comes with one stone, and he looks amazing with the gauntlet on. Personally, I wish they included more range of motion for him, but I'm not going to complain. I'm just happy to get Thanos. Now, earlier when I was talking about Iron Man, I mentioned one flaw that I saw with the boosters. You see those blue studs right there? Those are hollow studs. Those are very useful parts used for something just a normal stud could use. I understand why they gave you these parts. They gave you them so that way you could use them for the blast and splat pieces. However, I think it would have just been better if they just had those pieces on the side for you to use on whatever, and just put normal studs in there in its place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out those hollow studs, put in some gold studs. In fact, I have those right here, not included in this set. So that way it'll add a little more gold to Iron Man, and I have hollow studs to use. Another thing that I mentioned earlier was that this could combine with another set, and that other set is the Thor Weapons Quest set, which comes with the drop ship from the movie. So what you do is attach these two and fly them together. If you get them both, you can remove it. I'm going to go ahead and attach it just so you can see what the ship looks like with the drop ship attached to it. There we go. Actually fits in pretty well. Just wish they included a bit more orange to make the ship less noticeable. You know, a feature that could surprise you when this ship detaches, but other than that, it looks just fine. I like its look. I like the fact that the ship doesn't affect the range of motion of any of the articulation points. And it just looks good. Overall, I have to say this set is worth the buy, and I paid what I believe to be a fair price for this set. Now let's go ahead and look at the price. Currently on Amazon, it is $59.99 and usually $69.99. So if you get it on Amazon right now, you save roughly $14, which is really good. So if you intend on getting the set, I'd advise getting it now while it's on sale. Now, to be honest, although this is my first Milano, I know they've released other Milano sets, and because of that, I kind of wish they had gone in a different direction. It may sound weird, but I think it would have been better if they did something like the collector's collection area, where in the movie Thanos is stealing the Reality Stone. That would have been pretty good. It would have made sense, would have connected with the movie perfectly, and it would be a place that we haven't gotten before. And it could have included the collector, which is a figure we haven't gotten before, hasn't been released. There's just a lot. I think it would have been better if they had done it that way. However, I am not disappointed with the Milano. If you liked this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you'd like to see more like it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.